everyone! So, it's Lilly here. Today I'm going to do start my first video on this channel. It's going to basically be me talking about what I'm going to be posting on this channel, and that I'm going to be leveling this lovely toon in the background. So basically, I play World of Warcraft a lot, and I know that it's not really the most popular game around anymore, but, you know, if you like playing something, you play it, don't you? So, just gonna skip that. What I'm going to be doing basically is leveling this toon for this channel. I'm going to record every single step of the way, and it may take me a little while, but I'm just going to do this, record every time I level this toon. I do have some transmog sets and that I will be putting on her when we get further along. Right now I'm just going to put her in some leveling gear. Got some razor claws there and some trinkets, right? This will just make getting through their starting zone really easy. So I decided to pick a monk because I am very good at leveling with monks, and I do already have a monk that got their class mount from Legion, and I do have a pet that I was going to use on the stream. Now there she is, Emerald, the little dragon hatchling. Right. So on this channel, I basically just wanted to share my experiences with WoW and all the things that I would like to share with people, because the thing is with WoW, a lot of people nowadays don't tend to really do videos on WoW that are just them playing and doing the things that you do in WoW, like, you know, your professions and your pet battles and all those sorts of things, you know. And I have a few friends on here that I do play with, but yeah, so I'll probably do some raiding and dungeons and all that with it as well. It's just, I play this game a lot. Some days I'll play it for maybe 8 hours a day, other days I'll play 4, some days I'll maybe only get 2 hours in. That's the thing, is I play this game so much, and I'm not really getting any benefit out of it, because I could be making content and explaining how I do things on this game. A lot of people I know do it in ways that I don't really understand why, and I sit here and I think, why are you doing it that way? It's quicker to do it this way, or it's more efficient to do something another way. You know, and I figure if I can share these experiences with you and how I do things on here, maybe, you know, I could share something useful. Like, I've had tons of friends, specifically with one of the professions, the secondaries, with cooking, trying to get their classic cooking to 300 out of 300, and they sit there and they struggle to find mats and all this stuff to do that. And I said, well, why don't you wait till Pilgrim's Bounty and level it to 280 something while waiting, and then all they have to do is farm the fish and buy the recipe for the last, like, 20 points of their cooking skill for classic, and then that's classic done. So basically, to start off with on this channel, I'm probably going to be doing the leveling videos and streams, so I can do stuff with this toon, because I'm going to use this toon as my main YouTube toon, because I needed a monk on this realm that I'm on right now, because my friends had moved to this realm to be with their raiding guild, so one of their friends politely paid to move one of my higher level toons over, so I had a way to make gold and establish myself on this realm, but I'm going to level a monk because I wanted to level a monk in the new environment. Patch 8.1.5 with the Kultirans and the Zandalari is coming out later tonight, so I'm hoping to get this Pandaren out of this starting zone before that happens, so that I can take benefit of the full leveling changes and all of that that's happening with older zones as well as the new BFA zones. I will probably not do videos on leveling my Kultiran Druid, but my Kultiran Druid will show up in videos later on, maybe to show you how to do your Legion class hall achievements and all of that now that we are outside of Legion, because I know that a lot of my friends have been struggling with that, and because I've already all my other druids have already done the quest line, I can't really explain it to them, but if I do it again on another character, then that's that. Right, so basically, with all of that out the way, I currently am planning to do uploads for videos every Friday, but this video is coming out early, and I'm planning to do live streams on either a Monday or a Wednesday. Today is a Tuesday, and I'm in Australia, so basically late Monday evening, early Tuesday morning for Americans mostly. So basically, I'm going to be doing videos when I have spare time. I do volunteering on Saturdays at the moment, and I'm probably going to be doing volunteering with the RSPCA later on as well, which means my videos will probably start coming out a lot later, and maybe my streams will start to slow down. But other than that, I'm gonna build this channel up, you know. I feel like all of the things that I've learnt over playing WoW since I was like 7 years old, that a lot of the things I've learnt to do on my own, a lot of YouTubers that do WoW videos and that don't really seem to do things the way I do them. And I was like, well, why sit here and not share these things with people, you know? I could help share things with a lot of you, and maybe it will make your World of Warcraft experience a lot easier. It might even make you want to play World of Warcraft, you never know. So, a lot of people do know that World of Warcraft is expensive to play. Not only do the expansions nowadays cost roughly 100 something AUD to get the deluxe editions and all of that when they first come out, you also have to pay the monthly fee of $14.99 USD, which, depending on the exchange rate for us in Australia, can end up being like $27 a month. But, you know, this game has quite a few years in it left, you know. Blizzard and Activision have been ruining it in recent years, but I'm still enjoying it, because at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with what a game developer is doing to a game. You can just move on from that and go back to the content you do like, you know. A Pandaren monk, this is Mists of Pandaria content, and I absolutely enjoy it. I do go back to Pandaria quite often, even on a max level toon, because I can sit there and I can just relax, and I can do the dailies. And when I was younger, I hated the dailies. When it was current content, I hated it so badly. But now, I go back and I think, I could have done this when it was current. I could have had all of these mounts and all of this stuff then. But I lost the experience of going back and taking things slowly. You know, nowadays I go back to these zones, I take things slowly, and I sit there and I look at what I missed out on. I sit there and I decide, well, what would have happened if I had done these things when it was current? And honestly, it doesn't matter whether you do current, like, content when it was current or later on when you feel like doing it. And there's two great reasons you can do it either way. I mean, nowadays, you can, for most of the Pandaria reps, you can just farm the Zandalari Warbringers, which have a chance at 3 different coloured mounts, and then you can just farm the tokens off of them that are guaranteed to drop, and you just use those to get to Exalted, and then you get some gold and you buy the mounts from those reps. It's not hard. And then if you're one of those people that likes getting Exalted with all of your tunes, even though they've just changed the Exalted, the way achievements work for Exalted reps, like, if you have a rep Exalted on one tune but not another, if you log on to that tune that has that rep Exalted, it will start counting towards your account bound amount of reps Exalted. So right now, I think I have about, let's see here, reputation, I have 40-ish reputations Exalted, and at 100 you get this, like, white and blue unicorn, so, I mean, you know, it's kind of worth getting your reps up, but you don't have to. And I mean, Pandaria, I think, has like about 12 to 15 reps, I can't really remember, but there's tons of reputations in Mr. Pandaria, and a lot of them are pretty easy to grind nowadays, because you can insta-kill the mobs at like 96 and stuff. And that's another thing, like, Mr. Pandaria, with the new leveling, you can go there at 80, and you can get to like level 96 just by doing all of the zones and the dailies in those zones, like, maybe once. And a lot of people just skip Pandaria or they do dungeons, and I'm like, but that's not efficient. If you put your war mode on, and yes, that means you can get ganked, but I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody's ganking you in one zone, you just go to another zone. It's not gonna... You can always go back and do a quest line. So, with Mr. Pandaria, like, I leveled through when they changed the leveling system from 80 to 96 on a paladin. This was without leveling gear on, because I didn't have my leveling gear maxed out at the time. I don't have it maxed out either now, but it goes way past level 90. So in that zone, I got to level 96 before it started becoming mundane. It wasn't a good way to use my time. But if you really didn't have anything else to do and you wanted to do a slow leveled tune, once you got to 96, you stopped getting a level every couple hours, and it started becoming like one day for one level. But, you know, that's 4 levels, and you could get to 100, and you could pretty much just skip all of Warlords of Draenor if you don't like Warlords of Draenor, which I don't like Warlords of Draenor. So, yeah. Mr. Pandaria is a great expansion to go back to and do things in, and if you hate the Kung Fu Pandas, you don't have to play a Kung Fu Panda, okay? That was the one thing that people didn't play Miss back in the day for, was because it had Kung Fu Pandas in it. Okay, I play pandas not because they're Kung Fu Pandas, I play pandas because they are very likeness to me. I feel a connection to a Pandaren, and that's the whole reason I play Pandarens. I don't play them because they're Kung Fu Pandas. I don't even really like the Kung Fu Panda franchise anymore, because as soon as they got to like the 3rd movie, it was starting to be the same jokes, and it really got boring, and I don't know if that's because I started becoming an adult, or whether it's just because the humour just got so dry. I mean, out of all the Kung Fu Panda stuff from DreamWorks, I only like one of the movies, and it's the 2nd movie, and the only reason I like it is because they started going into a more Chinese theme with their music and storyline, and then they completely threw that out the window with the 3rd movie, so well done, DreamWorks. But not saying that DreamWorks is a bad company. I mean, they've successfully created a 3-movie TV show franchise with the How to Train Your Dragon stuff, and it's not dry humor. It's not a movie, the franchise that's dried out. It's quite entertaining, and it's probably still will be until I am well into, like, my older years. But, yeah. So, that's the thing, is a lot of people hated this expansion and didn't play it because of the panda aspect, don't think of this expansion as Kung Fu Panda. See this expansion as a Western culture trying to broaden people's cultural horizons to China and Asia. Because at the end of the day, this expansion got a lot of people to look at some Chinese music probably, or some Chinese culture, or something like that. They would have gone and seen something from those countries. And for me, I love Chinese and Japanese and Korean movies and TV shows and all that sort of stuff. You know, because they're very emotional, and yeah, Korean dramas are very overdramatic, but hey, it's something funny and not distasteful to watch. But, yeah, so see this as a Western culture trying to broaden their horizons into another culture, because as far as I'm concerned, that's what I see it as. I see a Western company trying to cater to not only their Chinese players, but as well as their Western players by bringing something new and fresh. And I mean, look at the artwork in this zone. And this is just the starting zone for the Pandaren. You know, this was like a little tidbit, like before anybody got to Pandaria. If you didn't have a tune that was ready for Pandaria when Pandaria came out, you made a Pandaren and you were sitting here and you were enjoying the quests, the accents, the storyline, the beauty that was the zones. And I mean, these zones are incredibly beautiful. But hey. But I mean, this is probably just about, once I complete this quest, that's gonna wrap up this episode of me leveling this toon and talking to you about what I'm gonna be putting on this channel. I'm sorry I started going off into a rant about people not liking Mr. Pandaria, because a lot of people didn't, but I did, and I think it's a very good expansion. And I'm not dogging previous expansions either, just saying. I just preferred Wrath of the Lich King and Mist of Pandaria over a lot of the other expansions that have happened so far. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to defeat Master Lilly, and hopefully I might get to Howl, the Spirit of Fire, before I end this, but probably not. Oh, yep, I am. So, to end this video, I thank you for watching, and if you like what I'm starting and trying to accomplish, then hey, please leave a like and a subscribe or a share if you do want to stay with my content. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. So, bye.